What up, YouTube? It's your boy CM the Go 5, man. Back with a new video, you know what I'm saying? I know it's been a little minute, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get on into it, man, with this young thug. Uh, Supposedly Fanni Willis trying to, well, Atlanta prosecutor Fanni Willis trying to have the judge provoke Young Thug's probation on a tweet that went out over one of the alleged prosecutors uh, in the supposedly upcomings of the supposedly RICO trial, the 4PF and the other ops or whatever. So this is some crazy work. So let's get on into it, man.
A question we get all the time is, how do you do culinary school online? And the way we do it is by focusing on technique. Taste and flavor is very subjective. Technique is not. What we also do is teach.
New this morning, Fulton County prosecutors are asking for rapper Young Thug's probation to be revoked.
Yeah, new filing accuses the rapper, whose legal name is Jeffrey Williams, of having a blatant disregard for the law. 11 Alive's Karis Belger joining us from the Fulton County Courthouse. Karis, have we heard from Young Thug's attorney about this latest filing?
We have. Brian Steele did share a statement with our newsroom. In it, he says in part that his client did nothing wrong. As for this filing, it accuses Young Thug of intimidating people using social media. One instance in particular mentions a gang investigator who is also testifying in another hearing and was not supposed to be shown on camera per a court order. The filing alleges that after a known blogger shared a post with that investigator's face, Williams shared the post with the caption calling her the, quote, biggest liar in the district attorney's office. Later, the filing states that the investigator's address and those of her relatives were shared online, and it also says threats were made against Fulton County DA Fanni Willis. Young Thug's attorney, Brian Steele, shared the following statement with us. It says, this motion is baseless. While intimidation and threats of violence are never appropriate, Jeffrey Williams has done nothing wrong. We look forward to seeking a dismissal of this petition. So a note about Young Thug's probation agreement. He is not allowed to engage in any sort of gang activity, nor is he allowed to engage in any sort of behavior that could undermine the judicial system. He is allowed to come to Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport in Atlanta for business or professional reasons, but he cannot stay for longer than 2 weeks. Also, as a part of this, he has to return to Atlanta 4 times a year for community service, where he talks to schools and youth groups about gang activity and the dangers involved in it. In downtown Atlanta, I'm Karis Belger, 11 Alive News.
All right, Karis, thank you.
What's so crazy is, man, I'm trying to figure out, hold on. The crazy part is I'm trying to figure out why she act like she's so jealous of the fact that this boy, because what he's doing, like, he's not doing nothing wrong. He just tweeted out what the lady said, basically pretty much like he calling a lie. I mean, freedom of speech, everybody have a freedom of speech, you know what I'm saying, to say what they want to say. Like, I'm kind of confused on that part. I mean, do we not have a freedom of speech to say what we want to say? Now, on the other hand, Thug cannot control. Hold on a minute. Sorry. Now, Thug cannot control what everybody else says. You know what I'm saying? He can't control that. That's not his problem. That's not his fault. That's the internet. That's how the internet, that's what they do. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what they do. So you can't control that. And she just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think she's just trying to get rid of Thug because of some fact that he get, you know what I'm saying, that he ended up, the judge ended up in his favor, let him go on his trial. So basically, that's what's really going on. But let's get into this little baby 4PF RICO, supposedly RICO, allegedly coming or whatever. See what they talking about. That they had a recording phone tap of the alleged woman who he was talking about in court. So let's listen in on it. Shout out to Seth Nash, man.
But it was being referred to as Unc.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by, what do you mean on somebody's head? What's that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harmed. Or
And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
they were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones had wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
Remember, timing is everything. Now, there are coincidences that do exist within what just happened with the Goodfellas. But this right here, and shout out to Miss Sylvia, give her channel a look at and subscribe over there. She's one of the dopest to do it. She's in that courtroom putting boots to ground. People like Rap House, y'all need to start giving her credit, bruh. That crap y'all doing, bruh. Man, yeah, nah. Let's go.
ED has affected my confidence. My wife, Sherry, says it doesn't matter. But
This investigation began with your looking at the certain Instagram page, and whose was that?
The Instagram page belonged to Keontae Sanders, also known as Midnight.
Okay. And while looking at that page, you found some direct message communications, one of which showed a disappearing message between Mr. Sanders and somebody named Mr. Smith.
Once I received his Instagram returns back, yes.
Okay, and that, what did that message consist of?
It was a photo that Mr. Smith had taken of himself, but had put the word J-Shot across it and sent it in the disappearing message mode.
All right, this is what's coming up now is already admitted into evidence. Is this the message that was sent?
It is.
And that's, so that was Martavius Smith sent that to Mr. Sanders.
He did.
All right, now, what was significant about that to you?
I knew that J-Shot was, or John Smith was a close associate of the leader of 4PF, Dominique Lil Baby Jones.
And 4PF, as you testified already, was a gang that you recognized as being in a rivalry with the Goodfellas, and in particular, the only minor family subset of the Goodfellas?
And their associates, yes.
Okay. And how did you know this about John J-Shot Smith, that he was a member of 4PF?
He can be seen out there on his Instagram. He can be seen pictured with Mr. Jones. He frequents the area where the homicide occurred as well. He's filmed a music video out there.
All right. So the music video.
You know who they talk about, Mr. Jones, is Dominique Jones, and you know who that is, right? That's Lil Baby. That's who they talking about, okay? For those who don't know who she's talking about Lil Baby, Dominique Jones.
Video, is that something that you've seen?
It is.
And where'd you see it?
I believe it was on the YouTube account belonging to Mr. Smith.
Okay, and did you obtain a copy of that video?
I did.
Did you provide me with a copy of that before the hearing today?
I did.
Okay. Permission to approach the witness, Your Honor.
Granted.
Investigator of the reader, I'm going to hand you a couple of discs, compact discs, that have been collectively labeled for purposes of identification as State's Exhibit G. Can you please take a look at these two discs? Do you recognize those?
I do.
How do you recognize them?
These should be the discs containing the music videos that I downloaded.
Okay. And those are the music videos that you just testified to downloading that depict John J. Smith.
Yes.
And one of these music videos depicts John J. Smith at the incident location.
Yes, in 2022, he filmed a music video at the incident location.
And that's 1043 Sparks Street.
Yes.
So the video files that are written to those two compact discs are the exact digital copies of the video files that you downloaded from that YouTube account.
Yes, there are no alterations.
All right, so they haven't been altered or manipulated?
No.
In any way?
No.
All right. At this time, the state moves to the admission of Exhibit G.
Mr. Tempest, any objections?
I would just object on relevance grounds. I don't know. There's been a lot of stuff that we've heard that has nothing to do with any of these individuals. So I didn't hear how this is going to be relevant. I have an objection on my ground.
Okay. Ms. Guest.
Yes, Your Honor, we, on behalf of Mr. Howard, join the objection as it affects the relevance of the video.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Regis?
I'll join.
Okay, Ms. Stewart? All right, and I'll overrule y'all. I think there is a threat that is leading us somewhere. So for now, it's admissible. Over objection.
All right, and permission to publish a brief clip of that video, Your Honor.
Granted.
All right.
We're gonna play a video.
Prosecutor Vivarito, if you'll look at there we go, at the monitor in front of you. Is this the music video that you were referring to?
I'd have to see the title of it.
J-Shot Who Want Problems music video?
Yes, that's the one I'm referring to.
All right. And there are certain shots of this video that are at the 1043 Spark Street location?
Yeah, one just flashed on screen.
Okay, so we've already seen a portion of that then.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you saw this video, and then you saw that the artist that's depicted in this video, John J. Smith, was also the person depicted in the disappearing message. And on what day was that message sent?
Sent on June 30th. I believe it was read on July 1st.
Okay, so on seeing that message.
All right, now you guys are ready? Y'all ready for that part that I've been trying to show you guys? Y'all ready? You guys ready? Are you guys ready? Y'all ready to take notes of what she said? That I was not lying, because folks be trying to play me saying, oh, we want to see proof of it because we don't believe you. But I'm about to play the part where she talking about Lil Baby putting tickets on somebody's head. Y'all ready? Here we go. I like how y'all do that. Put in, yeah, we're ready. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Mr. Sanders, the wiretap target, an unidentified gentleman that goes by the name Unk, or he's being referred to as Unk.
I'm going to object to this slide again. If they're about to play the call, but her conclusions and her interpretation is not the evidence.
Well, I think she was just identifying who was on the call, so I'm going to overrule. Go ahead.
Okay.
What's up? Oh, what's going on? Man, them folks, like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even like that, man. Them folks got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
He said them folks got a lot of tickets on that, a bunch of these folks' head. Did y'all hear him say that? All right, she gonna watch, and Vermarino is gonna explain it to them. Hold on. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna play it on its own, so y'all be like, Sylvia, why don't you shut up? Okay, I'm gonna play it again. Okay.
What's going on? Okay.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unk, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unk.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by, what do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harmed or killed.
And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones had wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
Y'all gotta understand something. The questions that have arisen are immense. We don't know who killed the snitch, because in one instance, you could say actually he did good. What you mean he did good? Well, Nate, 4PF Nate, he only got 20 years. Only 20 years. Without that testimony, bro could have got maxed out to life. I think some of y'all forget that part. So for me, the 4PS stuff, bro, I don't know if they really had nothing to do with it, because in all actuality, bro, he actually helped the case more than he hurt the case. So some of y'all be like, nah, bro, if he never would have testified and wouldn't have said all this and said all that, then man, look, he would have messed up the case and all this. Yeah, I hear you all. I hear you all. But that's a hell of a gamble when you look at the actual factuals of the case. So with 4PF Nate basically getting off on what he got off on, I ain't gonna hold you. It's looking real good for him. But one of the biggest things is the question of who did it. The Goodfellas, it doesn't make sense for them to do it. Or does it? Maybe it makes sense for 4PF to do it as well, because you could actually make a case, bro. He was going to have to testify when this RICO hit Lil Baby. And all y'all who keep on saying, man, why y'all wishing on Lil Baby or RICO? Y'all doing police work. Are you so stupid that you can't go click on the Reddit and see all the stuff that's been up there for years? I literally just went to Reddit and found all of this crap. So when you're too lazy to know or too lazy to do anything, let me know, because in my world, you had to actually prove a lot of the stuff that a lot of you cats are saying. Now, with all due disrespect, shut up. Back to it. So what we're getting at is to a level of who did it.
Here's how to never have to worry about money after a car accident.
Davis bleeding to death from bullet wounds at a house on Lakewood Avenue late on Friday night, about 6 hours after young Scooter's death. Lakewood Heights has been wrestling with violence. 8 people have been murdered in this neighborhood over the last 4 years. 4 of them were murdered within 400 feet of the house where the police found Davis. The city's policing alternatives and diversion office relocated to Lakewood Heights this year. The office is 2 buildings down the street from where Davis was found, but Davis isn't from Lakewood Heights. Davis was a co-defendant in a murder trial accused in a shooting death of Janquarius Wilson in 2022. That murder appears to be a part of a long-running street war between members of 4PF, Where Pockets Full, and OMF, Only My Family, a street offshoot of the Goodfellas prison gang. Nathan, 4PF Nate, Benford drew a 20-year prison sentence in a negotiated plea in his case. Wilson pleaded to lesser charges and was serving a 15-year probation when he was killed. The implications is that Benford had been prepared to testify at trial, which led to the plea bargain convictions. Now, OMF could have killed Benford as an act of reprisal, or 4PF to silence a snitch. In either case, it is one of the more escalation in the conflict that defense attorneys say began with the botched murder trial of the brother of the rapper Rallo a few years ago, which has led to a series of retaliatory killings. Atlanta rap megastar Lil Baby rep 4PF lyrically. His music label was until recently called 4PF. Lil Baby shuttered the label in 2023 and said he did so because he didn't want to be held responsible for criminal acts committed by 4PF gang members. Nonetheless, Major Ralph Woolfolk, head of the city's anti-gang unit, called out rapper Lil Baby last month for staging a music video in territory claimed by OMF last year. Shortly after that event, rival gang member 4PF territory city to a video, which led to a shootout that killed 2 13-year-old boys and injured an 11-year-old. It is this kind of tit-for-tat violence that led Fulton County District Attorney Fanni Willis to launch a racketeer case against Young Thug and YSL in 2022. The U.S. Department of Justice indicted some members of the Goodfellas gang on racketeering charges 2 weeks ago. Federal prosecutors noted in a motion to seal parts of the case files that they expect gang members to try to kill people offering testimony. The most common question I get about the YSL case is how much it costs to prosecute. It is a reasonable question, given the intrinsic complexity of racketeering charges, as amply demonstrated in the Young Thug trial. One can ask if there are more cost-effective options available to a district attorney. It's worth noting that Fanni Willis asked Fulton County for a substantial increase in county spending on the district attorney's office.
No, we're gonna stop it right there, man. So at the end of the day, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say innocent to proving guilty on the baby part. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people have the freedom of speech and they say what they want to say. But in this day and time, social media is pretty much running everything, basically. So if you're gonna be out here doing all this criminal activity and stuff like that, man, I'm gonna tell y'all boys something. As an OG, man, you need to watch what you say. You know what I'm saying? Like really, really watch what y'all say, man, on the internet, blogging and stuff like that. You know, on the Twitter and all this stuff, X, whatever you want to call it. Watch what you're saying because them feds are always watching, man. They always watching what we doing out here. You feel me? You know, it don't take nothing but one little screw up for them to come and get you and put you away for the rest of your life, man. So I'm just saying, man, like y'all boys, man, y'all get it together, man. Stay black and stay up. You know what I'm saying? Malone TV News, your boy Sam to go 5, man. I'm out. Deuces.